Alright, this is a bathroom exhaust fan that at first glance appears to not be working because when I flip the switch, I don't know if you can hear that clicking in the background there, it does not spin. And we have another video on this channel, we'll put a link down in the description, showing you how to disassemble it. To get to this point, you need to take the light fixture off the front first. I haven't removed the motor bracket yet, but then that video shows you how you can just replace the motor, which is significantly cheaper than replacing the entire unit if the motor burns out. So I assumed initially that I had the same problem here. The house is 20 years old, all the bathrooms have the same model exhaust fan, so I assumed this one had burned out as well about a year later than a previous one did. But when I uninstalled this and went and just plugged the fan, which is this cord here, into another outlet, it worked just fine. So when I went to put everything back in, I tried, as I go step up my step ladder here, just switching this over to the other outlet in the fixture, which usually powers the light. And then if I go ahead and use the light switch that used to power the light, see over here I got 3 switches, one's for the light over the sink, and then these 2 were for the fan and the light respectively. Now let's see, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but this is the switch that used to power the fan. This is the one that used to power the light. So now it is working just fine. So in this case, it appears that it is not that the motor burned out. It is likely that this switch has gone bad. So I'm not going to go ahead and spend money to replace the fan, which again is cheaper. Sorry, replace the motor, which is cheaper than replacing the entire unit, but still much more expensive than just replacing a light switch you can get for a couple dollars. So stay tuned maybe for another video about replacing this switch, but again, that is something to check for. If you have one of these units and the motor has stopped spinning, you definitely don't need to replace the entire fan. At minimum, you can replace the motor if it has indeed burned out, but you also, if you have this type of dual outlet integrated fan light, you might want to check and see if it is actually an issue with the separate switches controlling them and not the motor itself burned out.